Welcome to section 5.3, the switch statement. In this lesson, we'll explore how to use switch control structures as an alternative to if-else chains. Our objectives today include creating a switch structure, comparing it with if-else constructs, and understanding the use of the break keyword. Let's start by revisiting a familiar situation. The user enters a school grade from 9 to 12, and the program prints the grade name. We'll first do this with if-else. The code example shows a chained if to determine a student's class name. This slide shows an if-else solution that uses chained conditions to determine whether a student is a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. Now, let's look at the switch statement. It's a cleaner, more structured way to handle multiple values for a variable or expression. The syntax for the switch construct is shown on the slide. The switch keyword indicates a switch statement. Variable is the variable whose value you want to test. Alternatively, you could use an expression. The variable or the result of the expression can only be of type char, byte, short, int, or string. The case keyword indicates a value that you're testing. A combination of the case keyword and a literal value is referred to as a case label. The break statement is an optional keyword that causes the code execution to exit the switch statement immediately. The switch syntax tests one variable against many possible values. Each case is a match. The break keyword exits the switch after a match. Compared with if-else, the switch statement is easier to read, simplifies branching logic, and improves performance in some cases. Use switch when you are testing a single value for equality, like a specific number or string, not a range. It's ideal for well-known fixed values, but if you can't find values for individual test cases, use an if-else construct. This example shows a switch statement that prints the number of days in a month based on the input. Multiple case labels can share the same code block. Here we use a string in a switch statement. The day of the week is matched to a type of day, start of the week, midweek, weekend, or invalid. In exercise 1, create a new project and modify switchx1.java. Prompt the user to enter a month number and display its name using a switch statement. Let's summarize the key switch keywords. Switch defines the control structure. Case tests a value. Break exits a case. And default handles unmatched values. The break keyword ensures that only the matched case runs. Without it, execution continues to the next case. This is known as switch fall-through. This code example demonstrates the use of break with each case. When the value of the option is A, the control jumps to the first case statement. The value of account ++ is incremented by 1. Because of the break statement used in this case statement, control is transferred outside the switch statement, and the other two cases statements aren't executed. Therefore, the output will be count of A is 1. In exercise 2, add switch to switchx2.java to your project. Run the program and observe its behavior. Then modify it to explore switch behavior without break statements. In the first part of exercise 2, remove the break statement from case A, then remove the breaks from both A and B. Each time, observe how execution flows. When break is missing, switch falls through errors. The program continues to execute subsequent cases until it finds a break or reaches the end of the switch. In this fall-through example, if the option value is A, it matches the first case statement. Because there is no break statement, execution continues with the next case statement until a break statement is encountered. The value of B count is also incremented by 1. Therefore, the output would be count of A 1, count of B 1. Another example. Here we calculate the number of days in a month. Several case labels share the same action, which works well when no break separates them. This example shows how fall-through is useful in some scenarios. It is sometimes preferable to have multiple cases without break statements between them. To summarize, you've learned how to create a switch statement, when to use it instead of if-else, how the break keyword controls execution, and how fall-through works.